There was a pretty popular YouTube video a few years back that profiled a pre-NBA Lonzo Ball and claimed he's Steph Curry with a 40-inch vertical. Now, I get that basketball fans love comparisons, but looking back, putting Steph Curry and Lonzo in the same breath as NBA players was pretty ridiculous. It's not as bad as the Deshaun Stevenson-Michael Jordan comparison that a draft site put out like 20 years ago, but it's still pretty bad. But Reed Sheppard. Now, this is a guy who could end up being the best player in the 2024 NBA Draft. And in today's video, I'm going to make the case for why his athleticism, shooting, and basketball IQ makes him the real Steph Curry with a 40-inch vertical. Welcome everybody, my name is Troy and this is the Half Court Report. Be sure you click that thumbs up button and subscribe for some of the best NBA content that you're going to find on YouTube. Among the possible prospects that teams will have a chance to select in the 2024 NBA Draft is 6'3" Kentucky guard Reed Sheppard. As a freshman and in his only season of college ball, Sheppard averaged 12.5 points, 4.1 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game. He also blocked nearly a shot per game and grabbed 2.5 steals, while shooting an absurd 54% from the field, 52% from three on 4.5 attempts, and over 80% from the line. Reed was also a top 25 player coming into college ball, so he has a history of being really good at basketball. The eye test backs up Sheppard's play even more. He's one of the smartest and steadiest players in the draft and has the outside shooting and defensive tenacity that is sure to translate at the NBA level. And like Steph Curry, Reed is an undersized guard but possesses a feel for the game, decision-making, and versatility that are in the 99th percentile of NBA players. However, Sheppard showcased other skills that surely caught the attention of NBA scouts at the recent NBA Draft Combine. He tied for the highest maximum vertical leap at 42 inches and was a complete bulldog on the court. So let's go ahead and give Reed Sheppard that sneaky athletic label as well. It's also worth mentioning that John Calipari, his former coach at Kentucky, had one of the best track records of any coach in college when it comes to producing high-end NBA guards. Devin Booker, he was drafted 13th overall, which in a redraft, he would go much higher. Same goes for Tyrese Maxey, 21st, way too low for him. De'Aaron Fox would likely be a top 3 pick if his class was redrafted. Cason Wallace played playoff minutes for the Oklahoma City Thunder as a rookie and looks like they have another draft steal. Tyler Hero was drafted at the end of the lottery and has already won 6th Man of the Year. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander drafted 11th but just had an MVP caliber season and is one of the best players in the NBA. I think Reed Sheppard is going to be the next Kentucky guard to excel in the pros. Sam Vecenie over at The Athletic has Reed going number 8 to the Spurs in his latest mock draft. He said about Sheppard, evaluators who work for NBA teams remain all over the map with him. Some see him as a legitimate top 5 prospect, others peg him more in the late lottery. Offensively, Sheppard is potent, leading the fast break or delivering hit-ahead passes to his teammates. Those attributes, when combined with his elite shooting, make him one of the best connective players in this draft. His games against Mississippi State, where he had 32 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds, and against Tennessee, where he had 27, 5, and 5, were eye-opening for NBA personnel who want to see him play more of a primary point guard role. Questions do remain because at just 6'3", with a 6'3" wingspan, he does lack the length or athleticism that you would find in a typical top 10 pick, and he left a bad impression in his final game when Kentucky lost to Oakland in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Reed's defense can be hit or miss. He's disruptive, and Reed's plays incredibly early, but also suffers off-ball lapses and can be targeted for mismatches against switches. Teams have to decide if they believe in his production, shooting, and basketball IQ, or worry that his tools won't translate to the NBA level. NBADraft.net said Reed Sheppard is extremely coachable, smart, and is dedicated to playing a winning brand of basketball. He has sound fundamentals and shoots the ball extremely well. He's disruptive on defense and shouldn't be a liability on that end. He can play on the ball or off the ball and should be able to find a role in the league. He exceeded expectations in college, so he should definitely develop further and do similar at the next level. The spacing of the NBA game should enhance his offense even further, and he should play well off of elite scorers that can collapse defenses. Compare all that with what was said about Steph Curry before he was drafted, and it's almost a mirror image. Even the weaknesses about size and questions about being a full-time point guard. Reed Sheppard is a classic case of don't overthink things when you're analyzing him. Guys like Reed Sheppard are just really good NBA players who have really long and productive careers. In terms of who I think is a good fit for Reed Sheppard, let's look at several teams. The Houston Rockets have the number 3 pick, and I think Reed could slide right in as a guard off the bench for the Rockets. His shooting would also complement players like Dylan Brooks and Amen Thompson, who can be streaky or non-existent when it comes to the 3-ball. Reed Sheppard could also be the heir apparent starting point guard for Fred VanVleet. I think the Charlotte Hornets are another good option for Reed. I love the backcourt fit with him and LaMelo Ball. That would allow Reed to not have to do full-time point guard duties, and he would be able to defend the opposing backcourt players while LaMelo focuses on making plays and scoring. The Hornets could also use more shooting, and I like how he fits in with Brandon Miller on that team too. I think the Memphis Grizzlies are another perfect team for Reed Sheppard. They're drafting at number 9, and I could see Reed as a Marcus Smart replacement when his contract expires in a couple years, or that would allow you to trade Marcus Smart, and Reed could slide right into that role. It would also allow you to get off Luke Kennard's contract and trade him for more pieces that could help you win right now. And then finally, since we're talking about Steph Curry, what if the Warriors were somehow able to trade into the draft and select Reed Sheppard? I've said it before on this channel, the Warriors are a team that is getting pretty old in NBA terms. They already hit big in the draft last year with Brandon Pajemski and Trayce Jackson-Davis. Jonathan Kuminga seems to be coming into his own. Reed Sheppard would be another great piece to help bridge the gap from the Steph, Clay, and Draymond era into a new era of Golden State Warriors basketball. An eventual starting 5 of Reed Sheppard, Brandon Pajemski, Jonathan Kuminga, Trayce Jackson-Davis, and Andrew Wiggins could be pretty formidable in a few years. Guys, that's what I think, but tell me in the comments, who do you want to select Reed Sheppard, and what are your thoughts on what his NBA future looks like? Since you've watched this far, make sure you drop a like for the YouTube algorithm and hit that subscribe button too so you never miss another NBA video from me. I've got you covered all the way through the NBA draft and after that even. Check out our recent video I did where I go through all 30 picks. Hey, who do I have selecting Reed Sheppard, and who do I have your favorite team selecting? Make sure you check out that video. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you next time on the Half Court Report. Have a great day.